G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of the Project 200 build. It's all about the front end today and it has been a fun one.
Definitely. Our Offroad Animal front bar arrived a couple of weeks ago, and rather than leaving it in the standard Raptor line that it comes in, we decided to strip it all back and actually color code it to the Eclipse Black color of the car. In the process, we also ripped out the front end, the front grille, painted that all black, and installed some funky new PVS headlights.
Yeah, it's been heaps of fun, guys. If you want to see what we're up to, follow along. The front bar is here. We've got a bunch of parts here we're going to pull apart. Tow hooks are all red, so I'm going to paint them black as well. We'll get the front bar sprayed and then let's get into fitting it. All right, so here's the front bar. It's all coated in black. It looks $1,000,000. I cannot wait to fit this thing to the vehicle. We chucked the red tow hooks in here as well. They're all blacked out now. I don't like the idea of red tow hooks on a blacked out car. Talking about blacked out, we've ripped the grille out as well, and we've done the color-coded panels on the pewter bits in the grille, and we're going to do the rest of the chrome stuff on the vehicle in a satin black with a clear over it. So can't wait to get this thing fitted up to the car. That's the next step. So that's the grille without the chrome in it. We've pulled out all the little trim pieces and the badge and everything. All these little trim pieces were chrome. We've removed all of that stuff from the front end, and I've just had a hell of a time sanding these, getting them ready to roll. I suggest not doing this. It took me hours to prep these up. So they're all the chrome pieces, but just getting all of these pieces prepped was a pain in the ass. I still got to blow the back end off, all the trims around the tail lights, and paint those. And then it's bar time. Back in the shed today. It's an exciting day. Today is the time to put the bull bar on the 200 series. I'm bloody keen to get this happening. It's been about a week and a half since we started painting. Got the rear bar painted, the front bar painted, all the grille and the bits and pieces all done and dusted, and it's time to do the install. So before we can chuck the bull bar on, I'm just going to start taking the front end of the car apart. Pull this top trim panel off, pop all the clips out, remove that. A couple of bolts on top of the grille and some clips around the bottom side of that. Now that all the chrome's out of it, all the old chrome stuff, it's easy to get that out. There's a couple of bolts down each side of the bumper, and along the bottom underneath, there's a couple of little cover plates and things to go underneath there. So we'll go ahead and get all of that stuff off the front end, then try and take this bumper skin off, and we'll see what's underneath. All right, so the bumper's off the car now. One thing that I didn't remember is that there's a little washer hose under here, and as soon as you disconnect that little quick disconnect fitting at the elbow there, it drains your entire windscreen washer fluid onto the ground. So cable tie that one out of the way. And I did have a little bit of trouble with this plug here. Just never seen this style of plug before. A couple of similar to an ECU plug, but the way that this section releases on the bumper side, it's got this little clip that pushes in. You just got to push these two tiny tabs in on the side here to release the locking or pivoting white tab. So got me for a little bit there, but we're ready to move on. All right, next steps, we're going to remove the impact bar and all the transmission lines that are cable tied to it. So that's for the cooler that we fitted a couple months back. A couple of brackets in behind that mount the impact bar to the chassis. We'll remove, and we'll take these toe points off because we've got new, stronger, real beefy toe points that come with the front bar kit and that actually hold the bull bar on. So it's pretty straightforward getting this off. You've got a 17mm socket to get the impact bar off, 17mm socket to get the factory toe point and I guess tie down point off the car, 14mm socket to get that section off, which is like the crush tube behind the impact bar. But have a look at this. This is the mount that Offroad Animal supply. Look at that toe point. Look how thick that is. It's as big as my thumb. And it picks up your factory toe point mounts, all of the crush tube mounts, or the impact bar mounts, and then that section there with those slots is what holds your bull bar on. Pretty bloody cool and beefy. So before I go any further, I'm going to remove these plastic panels off the side of the guards. That just gives a bit of clearance for the bull bar, and you don't need them. They just hold the factory bumper on. So we'll get rid of those. I'm going to do a bit of cutting on these panels on the front. This one is the intake scoop for the factory transmission cooler. So I'll go ahead and just trim this off here. That'll give me clearance for the bull bar mount. And the other thing I've got to do then before we start bolting all the brackets on, is I'll pull the fog lights out of the standard front bar. These are the little windscreen washer jet thingies for your headlights, and all the front sensors. I'll get them out and fitted into the bull bar, and then that way, once I mount these brackets and get pretty much the front end prep done, we'll be able to bolt the bar straight on. All right, so for removal of these washer fluid squirters, you pretty much just got to grab this tab at the top here, pull that up and out, take your grey housing off, slide that off. That's like a retainer. Now there's a little lug on the side there. I don't know if you can see that. The easiest way I've found to get those out is by grabbing the front section and sliding that out. Then you can just push it in from this side and then remove the whole unit out the front of the bar. And then for these little sensors down here, they're like your front bumper sensors. A bit hard to see there, but there's little clips all the way around that sensor, and you just got to simply push the clips in all the way around, and then try and maneuver the sensor out through the bar. A little bit hard one-handed here, sorry, but and then that sensor just kind of pushes through and out. So be careful not to drop them, muck around with them. I generally line up the bar and the replacement bar or the bull bar, whatever you're doing, so they're basically in the same position. Take them straight out and put them straight back in the same orientation, and that way you never get your sensor around the wrong way if it's possible to do that, things like that. So that's in there, and you can see that tab is stopping it from going in, so you've just got to pull this spring mechanism out, push that in, get that all the way into the bar, and then that will lock itself in there. You've got your washer jets back now. You do have to turn these things upside down in the Offroad Animal bar, so all your jets will spray the wrong way. So you just have to grab some long nose pliers or something maybe, and just turn those jets the other way because they're spraying from the bottom at the moment. So once it's all set up on the car, I'll spin those around and keep spraying until I get them aimed right at the headlights. So I'm finally getting into all the goodies that come in the kit. This is the piece I'm after. I love the way that they cut all these like molly panel style mesh infills. These are for the bull bar to mount in behind that. And I don't know if you can see that color difference there, but with the color of the vehicle and then that matte textured finish, I think it looks awesome. So that is where I'm going to mount the fog lights, and I'm going to dig through this box now and get all the brackets for the fog lights, but we're going to go ahead and throw all of those in and get the whole full bar set up with the light bar and everything before we install it. So there's a little bracket that sits on top of the bull bar mount here. It wraps around and ties back to the chassis. So if we move these plastic panels, there's a slot in the frame, and you put this long bolt through with a crush tube on it to support the frame, and that just ties this pickup point back into the chassis around the front radiator support mount. But what I found with this model is this is a VX and it's got KDSS, which with that is this bolt's meant to go from the outside in, and that, I don't know if you can see it, but that KDSS arm up in the back there is directly in front of the hole where I've got to put that bolt in. So I can't put it in from the other side because I need this large washer here to cover the rectangle slot in the hole. So if I put it through from the other side, this bolt head will probably just pull straight through the hole. So I want to go from the outside in. That means I'm going to have to pull this KDSS arm off to get the bolt in, do it up, and then put it back together. The other side should be all right though.
I decided to join in on the fun. While Tim is trying to sort this bolt out with the KDSS arm, I figured I'd come in and do something easy, which is unboxing our brand new blacked out headlights from PVS. Super stoked to get these out. They arrived a while ago. We've left them in the box, so let's get unwrapping.
Boom, here's our new headlights. We've got the PVS units ready to chuck in. We've removed the standard ones. However, we had some extra indicators fitted to the guard, which were tapped into the wiring. That was for the GVM upgrade, so we've got to go ahead and just add those wires to the PVS headlight wiring for the indicators. Then we can chuck these in and then start getting the bull bar on. Yeah, good, let's rip it off. All right, go on then. 10 hours on.
hazards.
Yeah, let's see what they look like. Hopefully I've hooked everything up correctly. And side indicators work as well. Oh. Hey! They work.
I want to see.
Do your side indicator work too?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Spread the lights. They look awesome.
Why is this? So this must be the.
So that'll be like your high beam or your headlight. That's Parker's. What's that?
I just flicked it over to lights. They look,
That's cool, hey?
and then
I rate them.
high beams.
That looks awesome.
Is that high beam?
No. There you go. Yep.
I
Hey,
want to leave it on.
that is sick. Oh, that's cool. That's Parker's and their normal lights.
All right. That's Parker's. That's headlights.
Yep.
That's high beam.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was playing with your auto switches.
Yeah, that's sick. Alright, that's bloody cool. What do you think? PVS headlights. I rate them.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see everything back together with the black bull bar, black grille, black everything, no more chrome.
Yeah, we've gone from one to a complete transition, new bull bar, blacked out everything, new headlights, things to look sick. And sequential indicators, yeah, cool, like what? So I've just thrown all the grille back together and you can see the color coding in the main section there, and the top and the bottom of those strips are actually a satin clear over the black, so it's just that little bit of difference that stands the build out, I think, rather than just painting the entire thing black. A lot of work though, hell of a lot of work. All right, back at it again. We got the grille on, whacked all of the trims that are now all blacked out. They're all in there. A few little things I had to do, like just trim up some of this rubber on the PVS headlights. I've actually cut these little nubs off here. I don't know if you can see that. I had to cut that off and seal them up. Usually they stick out underneath and they help hold the standard bumper on. So you'll just see that when you put the bull bar on. So shaved those off, sealed those up, got all the camera and all the front end back in. So now it's time to throw the bar back on and then do some final adjusting. Getting there slowly and it looks great. I've just got the light bar fitted. Just the Offroad Animal that comes with it. It's not going to stay blue. I'll peel all that stuff off. Should have done that probably before I fitted it. Anyway, that's all in there now. We'll go ahead and cable tie up all of these bits and pieces under here for the sensor harnesses now that that's staying on for good. And I've got to chuck the under wing infill panels on and trim those plastics still. And then it's just those few small little mesh infill panels left and job done. Pretty much all back together now. Got all the number plate panels in, all underneath, it's all bolted up. And the last job is cutting these fenders. So I'm pretty much just going to hold that against there, mark the line where it actually touches, come down another 15 or 20 mil, and then I'll cut it through there to start with, just see how it looks, and just work out what I'm going to do to cut this hump section here away from the KDS arm underneath. So just start trimming and we'll work it out as we go, I think. All right, the big panel I've cut out looks all right. Just going to tuck that up underneath there somehow now. So there you go, this side's all done and dusted. I don't know if you can see that very well, but the line is in there, just tucked into that steel lip neatly. Looks really good. Plenty of clearance when you turn. How good does that look? Can't wait to get this thing outside and wash it. There it is, it's out. It looks so good. I don't know if you can see that in the sun. Look at that metallic. So bloody stoked with the way this has turned out. You can see there the satin against the body color, the Eclipse Black, and all these satin patches in here that we've painted. Just looks so sick with black headlights, and everything's done and dusted and on the car. It looks friggin' amazing. Stoked. We threw the tinted tail lights in that we had lying around, and we've done all the black, satin black panels on the back, the badges and whatever. We left those. We're going to change them out next weekend anyway when we put the rear bar on, and we're just deciding whether to do the chrome strips along the bottoms of the windows, which we are probably going to do, but we've just run out of time for that. So it looks friggin' amazing. I'm so happy. It looks awesome. What do you reckon? What a sick color. Welcome to the channel. I don't know what that was.